Okay, so today I'm going to show you how I make my fresh torched slab crops. We'll just call it that. Anyway, it's supposed to represent slabs that have been torched. This car is definitely overloaded. This load isn't for this car, but it's still a pretty snazzy load. Looks pretty cool, and how it's made is even cooler. It's another form of recycling I like to do. All you're going to need is a couple of things. You're going to need a styrofoam cup, a ruler, and cardstock, about that thickness, whatever thickness that is. Or you could use a piece of cardboard if you're really hard up for materials. Not a big deal. You can use almost anything, foam, whatever you want. Now, in order to do this, you're going to need a styrofoam cup. Any styrofoam cup will do, because what you do is you just cut a little teeny tiny deal like this right here. Don't worry about your width, how big or how small it gets. That's all you need right there. When you get it, I like to use the cup because these things go all over the darn place. And just cut them into chunks like so. If your cup is going to cooperate with you, which mine is not. Anyway, cut the little chunks down like this. And then basically all we're going to do is just glue them on the cardstock, and then we'll paint them. And that is the load. You can come back with acrylic, some silver or gray color, and hit the edges where it's been cut by a shear or cut by a torch or whatever. There's another great steel mill load. You often see steel mill cars way overloaded, and this car is no exception. Alright, now after you cut all those, here comes the fun part. Fortunate for me, my ruler is exactly the same width as my freight car. So I went ahead and cut me a piece. I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can because my batteries are crapping the bad on my phone or my camera. So now, take your cardstock, lay it out flat, with your good old high quality Elmer's glue. Put a nice thick layer of glue on your cardstock. I'm a firm believer in Elmer's glue. Love that product. Been using it since I was a kid. Don't use any other. Oh, that may be a little bit too much glue. Use your finger that God gave you to slather the glue all over the place, but if you don't like getting glue all over your hands, you can use a brush. Alright. Now the fun part. Sprinkle your foam all up and down this, covering it in its entirety. You want to make sure you get good coverage. Hopefully you can see this and my big fat hand is not in the way. Yeah, maybe using a brush is probably a better idea because you get this stuff all over you. I'm still in the Neanderthal times. Still use my hands. And what you get in the end, and you got to always go back and touch these up. I like to stand them upright and then squeeze them in there as much as I can. Sorry if my hand is in the way. And that is all there is to this load. You can make a couple hundred cars if you'd like using the same method. I'm going to come back with a second video of spray painting and detailing the paint on this particular load after this is dry in about an hour or two. But that's all you need. That's it. In the second video I'll paint it up and do all the other pizzazz stuff. But just a simple old styrofoam cup and a piece of cardstock. That's all it is. A little bit of spray paint and you're good. You can make 10, 20 of these cards if you want. And that's it. I'll see you in the second part.